a fresh story that just came out. Somebody told me yesterday. And the story goes like this, that there is um, an older lady. I guess this must be like in Brighton Beach. There's all these Russian immigrants that came, Jews that came there. They speak Yiddish, a lot of them. Anyway, so there was one old lady. And for whatever reason it was, this Rosh Hashanah. She decided she wasn't going to go to synagogue. She always went to synagogue on Rosh Hashanah, heard the shofar being blown. And this year she decided, she's a little bit old. And not only that, this thing about, God never really had any sort of interest in her. And she didn't really have very much of a relationship with God. And then, of course, pops up all the other, questions, the Holocaust and stuff like that. Whatever reason there was, and there are a lot of good reasons. So she said, I'm not going to go to synagogue. About 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when all the synagogues had already finished praying, 12 o'clock, whatever. So she had big regrets. Started having big regrets. What did I do that for? Why didn't I go? My whole life I wanted to listen to this. So now this year, I'm not going to hear the shofar being blown. And she felt really bad. So she prayed to God. She said, listen, God, show me a sign and do me a favor. The reason I didn't go is because I thought you didn't care about me. And do me a favor, show me a sign that that you care about me. I want to hear the shofar being sounded. 15 minutes later, a knock on her door, opens up the door, and there's a Chabad shliach, a Chabad young man standing there, holding the hand of a young child, his son, and with a shofar. And he says, excuse me, man, have you heard the shofar being sounded today? And she couldn't believe it. She said, no. He said, well, that's why I've come, is to sound the shofar for you. So he came in and she sounded the shofar and she cried. And he said, I want to tell you a very amazing big miracle. You know how I got here? And he says, see my son over here. My son, he's autistic. He can't speak. Wonderful boy, beautiful boy, but he's, I take him with me as much as I can wherever I go. But he can't speak. In the weekdays, so he has some sort of a tablet, that he presses the letters on, and he can write words. But this is now, it's Yom Kippur, it's a holiday, Rosh Hashanah. Can't. So we opened up a siddur. In the Chabad siddurs, there's the olive basis written in the beginning for children to learn. So, and he points to the letters, shlichut. How do you say? Do things for others. Go and do things for others. Shlichut is called. Be an emissary of the Rebbe. That's what shlichut means. So I said, okay, I'm a shlich. I don't know what I want. So my son pulled me outside, and he led me by the hand. He pulled me, and I'm walking with him. 15 minutes we're walking until we came to your apartment house. We went up the stairs, went up to your door, and that's it. So I knocked on the door to see what was going on. It was you. So it must have been somehow or other this autistic child. God sent him a message, whatever it was, or he knew somehow or other this woman wanted to hear the sound of the shofar, and he didn't. It's supposed to be a verified story, 100% story. It was just told I saw it on YouTube by some very impressive rabbi, not Chabad, told the story. So God hears our prayers. Have a good day with Mashiach now.